How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here. This is The Flash. We're on episode number 15 for season 6, titled The Exorcism of Nash Wells. I'm really stoked for this episode. I think after this episode, there won't be an episode for this and a few other CW shows for the next couple of weeks due to, I think it was ongoing real-world issues that sadly currently taking a hold right now of this world. So yeah, because I saw Legends and I think Flash was affected. So yeah, but like I said, I'm really stoked for this episode because I have a really good feeling that we're going to get quite a bit of Reverse Flash, and I don't think any of us is really complaining. I think a lot of us really love the idea of the Reverse Flash just keeping on showing up every season. I don't know, kind of like classic Master-esque for Doctor Who, but yeah, he's such an addicting character, and every time he returns, he just brings something tantalizing, and this is no exception with him taking Nash's body and possessing him. So hopefully Nash can get rid of that earbud problem, because the poor guy's been through the ringer recently with the whole prior shebang, and now he's been taken, possessed by Barry's greatest nemesis. So yeah, it's not a good time to be Nash Wells right now. But yeah, quite a bit happened in the last episode. Camilla knew too much of Fawkes Iris, and presumably she's been sent to the mirror dimension. It would make sense, but yeah, she knows too much, and what happens when you know too much? So yeah, but not just that though, but importantly, we also that's pretty important as well. But the main thing, which I'm thinking we're going to be focusing on quite a bit throughout these next few episodes, is the fact that we had the Speed Force succumb to the Spectre, I guess, infecting it during Crisis. Because I say that, I think a few people are going to not help but refer to what happened there to kind of what's going on in the real world. But yeah, hopefully there is a rectification to that current absence of the Speed Force, because for now the Speedsters are going to have to rely on, like they have to keep an eye on how they use their speed, because it's quite limited now without the Speed Force. But Barry is set on creating an artificial Speed Force, as we know. It can be done. It has been done from Barry, I think, in the comics. So yeah, they might throw a curveball, but I think I think after doing some thinking, it's possible. It looks like it might be going that direction, and it might help elevate Barry's character in this incarnation of the Flash. So we shall wait and see. But with that said, let's get into episode number 15 of season 6 of the Flash. This is the Exorcism of Nash Wells. Let's go.
Your creation was unplanned, but I know you'll make a useful addition.
Where's my counterpart?
You know, it's funny, my mother said this.
I don't have much time before Iris realizes I'm gone, so listen to me, this is important. 6 years ago, I created a device capable of converting light into energy. I called it the prismatic refractor.
That's a catchy
It looks
name.
like this. Underestimated the value of the refractor and sold it to Mercury Labs a few months ago.
It's so eerie.
Find a way in. You replace the replica out with the original, and you bring it to me. Do not let me down.
Success is assured.
No.
Collapsed in Crisis, all of the Wellses must have channeled into the only surviving doppelganger.
Yeah, like I theorized.
Nash's brain. It's like Tyler Durden times 1,000.
Tyler Durden, great reference. First rule of Fight Club is...
Okay, can we not talk about Fight Club?
Yeah, that's it. But how many Wells
What's
are we
rule
talking
one?
about here?
How many universes were there in the multiverse?
What?
This doesn't make any sense. I mean, Thawne wasn't even a real Wells. He killed Harrison Wells, took over his body, and fooled us from...
Volts for me to, otherwise you risk...
I know. Otherwise, I'll fry the circuitry. I got it.
Cisco, wait.
Ah, yeah. Here we go. This is why it was difficult to trust him.
That was Thawne the whole time?
He couldn't have gotten far. He doesn't have his powers, so he can't time travel.
Yes, he can.
Oh!
Save your daughter. Oh, my
Don't you even go there.
It was never yours. Do it. Do it. I wonder how much people you have left after I'm gone.
Barry, no! Nash needs help, not maiming. You can't be here, Barry.
This is the thing, Eobard knows how to push his
Your
buttons.
speed gauge registered a massive loss of speed, which means not only does using your powers affect it, but so does your anger.
Caitlin, I'll be fine, all right? And if...
Give anybody anything, unless you get something in return.
Nice hat.
Give her the hat. Give her the hat.
That's great.
I would ask
When
for
you
the
tell
hat.
your parents where you got the hat from, make sure you tell them you earned it.
I don't have parents.
Oh, he's gonna take her. Oh.
Maya.
Look at this one. Wearing the boss's cosplay.
Must be one of Carver's, which means he's after the refractor too. We gotta get out of here.
His meta powers.
Refractor. Eva said, no, don't worry.
Don't worry, this won't take long.
Flash? No!
Oh.
Dr. Light sends her regards. Boy, Black Hole is... You're quite the badass. You could have been one of us.
Freeze!
Nah, not happening.
Let Argus take it.
Barry's right about Sunshine. What if she strikes during the transfer to Argus?
Let me worry about that. Go see after your husband.
Yeah, of course I was just about to.
Joe, notice something's up. She's more obsessed about that than her own hubby. I just want someone to identify the red
Get away?
flags.
Or Cicada without that dagger.
Even Reverse Flash and Sunshine, they have their limits. You just have to figure out what they are.
You're right.
Fox Iris giving some
Sunshine
bit
does
of
have
inspiration.
I have to find Joe.
This is all for her gain as well at the end of the day.
Did something happen?
Oh, it's not my fault.
Cave?
It was not my
that's
fault. It was our fault. It was not my fault.
He has a lot of...
She
Oh
died.
my god. Yeah.
It's not my fault.
It was all your fault.
It was our fault. It was not my fault. It was not my fault.
I don't understand. I've got the PTDs on full blown.
All around him, I can't. I don't think I can take it anymore.
You okay?
Oh no. Oh no. Almost there, but... He's really kicking Nash to his lowest depths. Cecile!
I think Carver has someone on the inside, and we need to investigate this ourselves.
Thank you, David.
I knew I picked the right man to lead this precinct.
I'm having doubts for some reason.
All right.
Back. Just turn over the refractor.
We're not giving you a damn thing!
Yeah, it would make sense that, like, she was the spy. Because she's not able to be seen. Gotta love the boss. Yep. The sun can't shine in the darkness.
You're heliokinetic, so without access to sunlight, you're just an ordinary thief.
I think I am. Look at him.
Look, whatever's in there, I think you need to go face it.
No, I can't go in there. He's weak. He's pathetic. He's limited by his emotions.
Takes one to know one.
Just like you.
He wants you to stay here. The more you suffer, the stronger he gets.
Prize is everything.
Do this, buddy.
That's her, isn't it? She's in there.
you did was stifle her abilities. You were an awful father to her.
Oh, that tears it. Fuck you, dude.
I miss my daughter every day. But I'm done
Don't let him get
letting
to
that
you.
give you power over me. And we can use them to overcome anything, including you.
Emotions are a passionate thing. Go on,
That's your
Barry.
greatest flaw, Thawne. Metas are the ones with limits. Not people. Not me.
1 year ago.
Easy peasy.
Oh!
Maya! Maya! Let it go. Let it go. Maya.
This is heartbreaking.
Taught her to do. It was my fault. It was my fault.
Nash is taking control of his pain. No. You can't feed off of him anymore.
No.
Toodles, Eobard!
It was my fault. It was all my fault.
I do feel so bad, like...
The satellite scans say there are no traces
Very,
of
very
Dawn's negative
powerful stuff.
tachyons to be found in any...
Hearing them. Yeah. I want to keep seeing them. Yeah.
All the wells are actually going to be a composited.
Infinite wells. Well, I've had worse. Hey, look. Credit where credit's due.
Is that the
I
thing?
know that without your help, we don't get the psychopath out of my body. So for that, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, a second chance with Allegra. That's what we've been trying to tell you. You think you're so smart.
This is the thing with Nash. He's now got, like,
Well, that's gonna take some getting used to.
subconscious best friends of himself.
Nora's journal.
Dawn taught Nora how to build a speed force. Now she can teach us.
Her legacy. Ah, this is beautiful. Let's go. This isn't.
And no one saw you. And as long as we stick to the plan,
Success is assured.
then I'm one step closer to liberation.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be fun. So yeah, I loved that episode because it just was really beautiful. It was pretty tense with Sunshine's encounter and how her sunshine abilities was used. It was very, very unique stuff. What was going on with the Flash, but yeah, it was really good. I gotta say again, another tasty inclusion of the Reverse Flash with him exploring Nash's head and not just manipulating him and bringing out his like painful memories or forcing him to go into those painful memories, but also he tried to do the same with Barry, with Nora, and yeah, it was really, really good to see how vindictive Eobard was as he tried to take control of Nash's body, of course. But that's not happening, so yeah, he's got to find another host. He's basically a lich, so yeah, as Cisco put it, he's basically like Voldemort, and Voldemort's basically a lich, so yeah, I just prefer the D&D terminology, so yeah. No, but it was great. It was really powerful stuff going into Nash's flashbacks with him and Maya. I wasn't expecting a Nash backstory, but it makes sense with, like I said, Eobard going in to Nash's head and tapping into his painful memories. And it was heartbreaking with the fact that the care that he has for Maya was really, really strong. There was not a lot of interaction in the flashbacks with Maya and Nash, but I think you could tell how evident Nash's care for Maya was. It was really strong, and I gotta say the portrayal that Tom presented after after living reliving Maya's death was beautiful. It was very strong stuff with him beating himself up, accepting that this was his fault, because he always valued the prize is everything. But at the end of the day, Maya was the ultimate prize, and you could say he lost everything that day. So yeah, it was really, really strong stuff. But I really loved in that scene, as well, like Barry, Cisco, and Cecile, they all lost someone very, very close to them, and a part of them feels guilt. Of course, Cisco lost Cynthia. He lost Gypsy early on this season, and I think it was this season. I think it was. Yeah, it was. And yeah, Barry, of course, with Nora. It was really, really powerful. It was really powerful stuff to have all of them like relate to Nash, that they lost someone they cherished the world so much about, and yeah, it was very, very heartbreaking stuff. So I really loved them going into the heartache of Nash and exploring how Maya and Nash met each other, and like I said, even though their scenes like in the flashbacks were short, I think for me at least, I think they did a very, very good job at telling how strong the relationship between Nash and Maya was. So and Nash really solidified that with his heartache when he couldn't bear to see Maya perish again, when he accepted that this was his responsibility. It was really moving stuff. So yeah, props for the nice bit of backstory with Nash. But yeah, like I said, Reverse Flash was really, really excellent, especially when he fooled the team, which I had a bit of an inkling that he was going to do at the beginning, so he could try to make his escape, but to no avail. And yeah, like I said, how he kept pressing the buttons of everyone. Like, he really pushed Barry's buttons in this episode, and I gotta agree with Caitlin when Caitlin cautioned him about not just using too much of his speed, but he was going to kill an innocent man at the end of the day. Yes, Eobard's still possessing him, but it's still Nash's body at the end, and there's going to be a lot of remorse if Barry gave in to what he wanted to do, and yeah, did that to Nash. So it's all of that danger of becoming like the Reverse Flash, because an innocent person would still be killed at the end of the day. He isn't innocent right now mentally, but that was set to be a temporary thing because of Reverse Flash, and they wanted Reverse Flash to be expelled from Nash's body. So yeah, so it was really, really juicy stuff seeing the Reverse Flash just try to press everyone's buttons, and that's how he succeeds. He gets under everyone's skin, and it's you just want to beat the shit out of him, but it's so fun stuff to see as well, because he just says the right things and has that right level of sinisterism in his voice. It's just so yeah, but it was great to see the continuation of what kind of disadvantages relying on the residue speed that you have remaining. It was great to see that being explored, and Barry having to resort to Velocity X to try and I guess compensate until he finds a way to create that artificial speed force. He's trying every trick in the book to prolong him having his ability. So yeah, and this is the thing. it's already been established that the Velocity X it is kind of risky, and it proved itself in that first encounter with Sunshine. So yeah, but that's the thing. Barry has to try everything in the book at the minute until he can find a way to create that artificial speed force, which seems to be the case with Nora's journal. So I really like that as well. Like how Legacy is a bit of a point in this, with Nora's legacy being established to create a new hope for speedsters, and Nash not letting what happened to Allegra's doppelganger impact the relationship, I guess, with him and Allegra here on. And I liked that talk with Cisco as well, where he said, well, first me and Harry, I hated him because he reminded me of Thorn, but we evolved. And yeah, but I like the fact as well that this kind of, like, I like the compositive of all the wells is now going to remain in Nash like forever now, because it creates a very new but interesting dynamic on how we're going to handle with the whole Tom Cavanaugh situation, because of course we are accustomed with him with a new well showing up every season. So this kind of, I'm wondering if it's going to be like Dollhouse, where sometimes he might be he could see other Welleses, but like I'm wondering if like he could just, I don't know, present a Wells based on what he knows with the Wells residing with him now. So yeah, he could like choose to be Harry if it's necessary, or all that. So because Harry would still give him the information, and he could still like if there was a problem that Nash can't solve but Harry can't solve, for example, Harry could give him the information and Nash can just echo that. So I'm wondering if it's going to be anything like Dollhouse. And if you haven't seen Dollhouse, go and check it out. It's a crazy show. I'm nearly finishing it, and I'm not even going to explain to that because my mind is still, imploding. But no, I like how Legacy is kind of a thing here. But yeah, I will say when they were exploring Nash's lowest points, I did thought, okay, is the tunnel like the same tunnel that Nash freed the anti-monitor from? Because it kind of like looked like it at the beginning. I think it would be perfect in a sense, like if that kind of intertwined with Maya, because there could be that. There could also be that guilt that Nash has that partial responsibility for eradicating the multiverse by freeing the anti-monitor. So yeah, that's why I was thinking, is the cave similar to, but I don't think it was, because I think there was a few differences from memory. So yeah, but I was thinking that in the very beginning. So yeah, Sunshine was like I said, she was a very, very fascinating character. It makes sense that she was the mole in CCPD. Because nobody could see her. So yeah, I was worried that they were going to do something with Singh, like in regards to him being changed after Crisis. But I'm kind of glad that they didn't go that route, and they make you think, okay, well that makes sense because she needs the sunlight to work at her advantage with her powers. So yeah, I gotta say, her suit reminds me of the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, if you guys play Metal Gear Solid, you might see some similarities between Sunshine's outfit and the boss's outfit. Like, even if you haven't watched or haven't played Metal Gear Solid 3, Google the boss's suit, and yeah. No, but this was a very, very good episode. We also got a bit of Iris and Camilla. Yeah, I knew Camilla was not, like, I had a few comments regarding last week saying I think Camilla might be dead, rather than being transported to the Mirrorverse, but I had a feeling that they were not going to be that sloppy. So yeah, and now Iris has got a helping hand in In this episode, it was retrieving that Arkham, yeah, which is similar to Arkham, but Eva needed that for her device so she could get a step closer to, as she puts it, liberating herself. So yeah, but she was very, very fixated on that device, and I'm just thinking someone's got to send some red flags, because what Iris advised Barry to do last week regarding his now limited capacity at being a speedster, our Iris would not say that. I just want someone to think something's going on. So yeah, but if it's anything, it kind of reminds me of a situation in like a D&D game, The Bounty's Chase, which is every Thursday for those D&D people. One of our recent party members has been replaced by a Forks member, and even though the players knew, our characters didn't. So it's just the right amount of conspicuous actions need to be dropped for them to realize something's up. So I don't think enough has been dropped so anyone can immediately signal red flags. It's just the viewer just wants someone to just realize something's up, isn't it? So yeah, if that makes sense. Like we know what's going on, but the characters don't. But we want the characters to naturally think, okay, something's going on, and so I really liked this episode. It was really fun stuff. Like I said, Reverse Flash, again, a sight to behold, seeing how he pressed everyone's buttons and tried to get under everyone's skin by tapping into that emotional trauma. And I gotta say, Barry's speech about how emotions don't limit us was really, really beautiful. It was a very, very powerful and defiant bit to the Reverse Flash. So I really loved that moment. But this was The Flash. This was a very, very great episode, and I loved going into this episode, and I love that Nash now has subconscious best friends who happens to have his voice and face, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to handle that in the future. Like I said, I think it might be a kind of a similar case with Dollhouse, where your personalities, where like a certain doll could pluck out a personality and convenient at the situation, but with Nash being able to see these different wells, he'll be able to echo out what they're currently thinking, and it's the best of all worlds, isn't it? The best of all worlds. That was terrible. That was a terrible attempt for me, so yeah. But I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!